CLT is a very powerful theorem that enables us to know the shape of the sampling distribution, correct? Hello?
Yes.
So that is CLT. So it's a powerful theorem. So how they get to know? They, through their experience, they get to know that. Okay? So after you have know all this, and we have tried to do question from exercise 6. We do the example, right? We did the example 1. That is talking about the sum. So for exercise 9A, what is important? In exercise 9A, the formula that you have to know. So X is your population. And in this case, in your textbook, your population, they give you not in a very large number, correct? It's a very small number. So in real life, your population, the number of people in the population or number of things in the population can be very large. Yeah. So for a population, X is the population, depend on what are you talking about. You can talk about the weight of a pumpkin. You can talk about the height of people in Malaysia and so on and so forth. Okay, so now there's population. So every population, you have the population mean. So this is called the population mean, correct? In real life, we are not able to find the population mean. And we also not able to find the population standard deviation. Okay? So how is this related to the sum? So my SN is also a SN distribution. It will be normally distributed if the sample size is large enough. So what is the mean? So how do you read this? This is the mean of the SN distribution, correct? Yeah, so how is it related to the population? Can someone give me the formula?
N times the population mean, right?
Yeah. And how is the standard deviation of SN related to the population?
Square root N times standard deviation of population.
Yeah, so this is for book, just tell you the relationship. Okay, in real life, you are doing the other way around. Are you clear? You are doing the other way around. So sometimes we have no choice because at this level, you are not going to face much real life problem. Okay, so you have to remember this formula. Make sure you jot down this formula in your one-page handwritten notes. Okay, so now can we go to exercise 9A? Look at question 5. So can we look at 9A, question 5? So what is the question 5 all about? Page 257. Okay, so I have a variable X. Okay, let X be the result of the flip. You have 2 coins. You have a disc. One side label 1, the other side label 5. So if I build the probability distribution table for X, my population, so it will look like here. I can get 1 or 5. So the probability, since it's a fair disc, so chances will be half-half. All right? So this is my population. Single flip. Okay, so now part A. They say, find the probability distribution of X. So this is my answer for part A. This is a probability distribution for X. Can or not? Okay, then find the mean and the standard deviation for X. So you want to find the mean for X, you can either use your GC or you can use the formula. Sum of Xi, Pi. Yeah, so it's more important writing this down than writing the formula. This is more important. Writing the formula, no mark will be given. So the answer is 3. Right? Then you want to find the standard deviation for X. So it's square root of. So usually that is the reason why I usually prefer to write like that instead of write the formula. Right formula, no mark will be awarded. Yeah. Okay, so this one, what is the answer? Is it 2? Okay, done. Are you okay?
Yep.
Yeah, everyone. Okay, so now this is what we learned in chapter 7. Okay, so now let's look at part C, part 1. Explain what S4 represent. What is S4? I told you S means what?
It's the
S
sample.
means what?
Sampling distribution.
No,
Sample
S
size.
is
The
not
sum of the
sampling
sample.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, remember that the sum of the number shown in 4 flips of the disc. Correct? I flip the disc 4 times. Okay. So now, if in the exam, I want you to build the probability distribution table for S4, do you think you can? So what are the possible outcomes for S4? I can have all get 1. So that means the S4 is 4. Correct? Then the probability of getting 4 will be equal to 1 over 2 to the power of 4. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
This is my outcome. Okay, I also can have this outcome. 3 of them is 1, then 1 of them is 5. Okay, so this one, the S4 will be, Mikia? Mikia,
Yes.
answer my question, please. What is the value of S4?
8.
8. So what is the probability for S4 equal to 8? So there are how many ways of getting 8? What do you think?
4 way. Wait. 4
I
ways.
have 4, C, 3. Out of 4, I get 3, 1. So the number of ways will be 4 ways. So I times 4. Since getting a 1 and getting a 5 is the same probability, I can just put 1
4.
half to the power of 4. So this one I get, this one is 1 over 16. This one is
1/4.
4 over 16. There is 1 over 4. Okay, so you see this is the outcome for S4. So now I also can get 2, 1 and 2, 5. All right, so what will the S4 value of the S4 be?
12.
Phoebe? Phoebe,
Yes.
what is the value of the S4 now?
12.
12. That is 1 plus 1 plus 5 plus 5. So how many ways can I have 12? How many ways can I have 12? 6 way. How do you get 6 way? 4, C, 2. So I have 6 times 1 over 2 to the power of 4. So I have 6 to the power of 16. Okay, then I also can get 1, 1, but 3, 5. Yeah. So this is another possible outcome. So my S4 will be, Junjae,
S4 will be 16, is it?
yes, 16. So how many ways can I get S4 equal to 16? Is 4C1. So I also have 4 ways of doing it. That is 4 times 1 over 2 to the power of 4. So it's 4 over 16. So the last one will be all are 5. So what is the value of S4 then? What is the value of S4, Ramisa? Ramisa? Ramisa, are you in my class? Renat?
Was just
20.
Huh? 20.
Yes, 20.
Okay, so how you get 20? 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. So the probability of S4 equal to 20 will be 1 over 16. So if from here I build the probability distribution table for S4, it will be start from 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. So the probability will be 1 over 16, 4 over 16, 6 over 16, 4 over 16, and 1 over 16. So you have to check your probability, add up must be equal to 1. Okay, So you can count the mean and the standard deviation from here. But for this question, I'm not going to do like that. The question said part 2. So this is, I've answered part 1. This is my part 1. Okay, please bear in mind. This, whatever here, is not the answer for part 1, for part 2. I just teach you how to build, if in case you need to build. So the answer for C part 2, they want us to find the mean and the standard deviation for S4, correct? So we will straight away use the formula. Standard deviation for S4 is equal to, okay, still remember the formula? Okay, Kaidri, can I? Kaidri, can I have the answer?
Yeah.
What is the formula? Refer to part B.
The E looking thing, XIPI.
No, we are not using that one. We are using this.
Oh,
That's why I told you we are using formula. So what must I put here? Times what? Can you fill in the 2 number?
times 1/16.
Why times 1/16? I just need
Isn't
2
that what?
number. Hello? Hello? Can you please have a look at this one? Now I know. Now I know why you all cannot do your test. You don't know what to use. From here, get to here. So can you compare and tell me how I can use this number and get the answer for this one? Kydrick? So sometimes it's not that you see, it's until 17 years old, you still cannot use the formula. That means something very wrong. That's why you can fail with that kind of result. Okay, may I know in this case what is the n? Because we are going to use this formula. N times the mean for the population. So what is the n in this case, Kydrick?
4.
Huh? Yes? 4. Then what is the population mean?
3.
So what is the answer?
12.
Okay, now standard deviation for this. What is a standard deviation? Can someone tell me how to get the standard deviation using the formula, Emily? Standard
Yes, miss.
deviation of S4.
Oh, do I just tell you the value?
Yeah, what times what? Tell me what times what? Square root of?
Square root of n times.
What is n? What is n in this case? It's no point. I told you already. Exam, exam is no point. Okay, look, during exam, correct? If you put your like that, you just write the formula for me. Sorry, You just write the formula, correct? And the answer here you give to me is wrong, correct? I will mark you wrong straight away. You get what I mean? So it's good to show what you substitute in. Can you please tell me what to substitute in?
Square root of 4.
what?
4
Thank you. Square root of 4 times
times the standard the
times what?
population.
Give me the
2,
number.
2.
Give me the number. Yes.
2, 2, 2.
2. Thank you. So the answer is equal to 4. You see or not? Writing down the formula doesn't mean that I can award you with the mark. Without substitution, no mark will be awarded. Do you get me? So is this formula important? Yes, but when you use it, you must sub in the number. You must make sure you sub in the correct number. Are you clear? No point writing down the formula if you don't know what number to replace inside. Are you clear?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So now, okay, now for part D. Okay, for part D, find the mean and the standard deviation of S50. So we are going to apply the formula distribution of, so it's 50 times 2. Is it 2? No, it's 3. Right, 50 times 3, so it's 150. The standard deviation for S distribution of the sum of the 50 flips will be equal to square root of 50 times 3 times 2. So if you do this, it will be 10 root 2. Okay, you go and figure out how to get this. Are you okay? So the rest of it, I will leave it to you to try. Yeah. So we are going to get into the second part of it. Yeah. That is talking about sampling distribution for mean. For sample mean, right? So that means you take a lot of samples. Then after that, you find the mean and the standard deviation for that. So that means it start with, you have a population X. Okay, the population X may be normally distributed, may not be normally distributed. Okay, so you have the mean, I call it A, and the standard deviation of the population. This is your population. Okay, standard deviation of K. Okay, now, from this population, I draw a lot of samples. I do sampling, and each sample, I count the sample mean. So I have the sample mean distribution. Okay. Okay. Got it? So according to CLT, right? According to CLT, First one, if the population is not normally distributed. So, n must be greater than or equal to 30. For sample mean, this is called sample mean. Distribution to be approximately normally distributed. Okay, so that is the first part of central limit theorem. Okay, second part, then it tells us the relationship between. So my sample mean distribution is a population for sample mean. Are you clear? So the mean, how do you read this? How do you read this? Can someone read this for me? Kelvin, can you read this for me? How you put this in word?
Is it the mean of the sample mean?
Yes. So we read as the mean of the sample mean distribution. So your sample mean distribution is a population whereby the variable is the sample mean. That's why you see the symbol you use is the population mean. This is read as the mean of the sample mean. So according to CLT, it is equal to the population mean, which is 8 in our case here. So, and the third one is talking about the standard deviation of the sample mean distribution is equal to the standard deviation of the population divided by square root of the sample size. Are you clear?
Yes.
So this is another one that we have to remember. Okay, now, can we get into 9B? You see, for this chapter, I speak very slowly. Okay, 9B, question 1. Okay, I have this, my original population. Yeah. The mean of X is equal to 20. And the standard deviation for X is equal to 6. So now the question, we have two X bar for distribution is the, okay, can someone tell me what is it? Is the sample mean distribution for samples of size what? What is the sample size?
4.
4. So according to CLT, may I know what is the mean of the sample mean of size 4? is equal to the population mean, correct? For this one, I will want you to write like that, then you fill in the number. And the standard deviation for X bar for distribution, sample mean distribution of size 4 is equal to the standard deviation of the population divided by square root of n. So now you substitute in, yeah. Silvana, can you tell me what to substitute here?
6 over square root of 4.
6 over square root of 4. So this is 3. You see how I use? Okay. Same go with part B. What is X bar 16 distribution? Is the distribution of what? I can ask you, in exam, I can ask you, interpret X bar 20 distribution. X bar 20 distribution is the distribution of what? Huh?
Distribution of the, wait, what's it called? Sample mean?
Yes. What else can it be? Sample mean. The moment you see this, how you read? Sample mean. The bottom here tell you the size. Hello, young people. Is the distribution of sample mean of size 20. Correct? So now, according to CLT, so every time I told you this is a very powerful theorem. According to CLT, the mean of the sample mean of size 2 is equal to the population mean is equal to 20. The standard deviation. Now, if I take a sample of size 20, it should represent the population better, correct? Each of the sample, the mean will be very close to each other. Am I right? So I should result a smaller standard deviation, correct? Okay. So you can get the answer. So it's 6 over 2 root 5. So it's 3 root 5 over 5. Okay? Or you can use your calculator and get the answer. Are you clear? So now you know how to use CLT to find? Okay, now. So the rest, I will leave it to you to go and try. Hello? Can or not? So I'm going to discuss another question with you. Okay, we go to exercise 9C. Can you go to 9C? Okay, now, can we look at question 3? Okay, what they tell you about the population, whereby I want to draw the sample from. They say the population X is normally distributed. Yeah, normally distributed with the mean equal to 50 and the standard deviation equal to 9. Okay, so be very careful. Just now we say CLT, correct? I give you the first part. Here, correct? If the population is not normally distributed, so N must be greater than 30. This is only for not normally distributed. Okay? So, our here, the population is normally distributed, correct? So, if the population is normally distributed, the sample mean distribution or can be sum of the samples distribution, up to you. Sample mean distribution 100%, that whatever sample size, it doesn't matter, will be normally distributed with smaller spread. That means smaller standard deviation. So regardless of the sample size. So that's why they say for the sample mean of size 5. So you see, can someone tell me what is the meaning of X bar 5? What is the meaning of X bar 5?
The population of sample mean is, wait, no, wait. The sample
What
mean
is the
of
meaning of X bar 5?
sample mean of sample size 5.
Yeah. It's given for sample means of size 5. You see or not? So every time when you see X bar 5, you know this is sample means distribution. I like to use the word distribution. That means it gives me the sense of a group. Sample means distribution of samples size 5. So will this sample mean be normally distributed?
Yes.
That is answer for part B. Yes, I can say. So now, if I give you 2 graphs here, A, and another graph, B, you tell me which one is for X, which one is for X bar 5.
X bar 5 is the green one.
Because smaller spread. Am I right? So B is for X bar 5. A is the distribution for X. So find the mean and the standard deviation for part A. You have no problem, correct? The mean for X sample mean distribution is equal to the population mean equal to 50. Part 2, the standard deviation for sample mean distribution of size 5 is equal to the population standard deviation divided by square root of n. So equal to 9 divided by square root of 5. Am I right? Hello? So part B. Part B, they say, can we say that X bar 5 is normally distributed?
Yes.
Because is it because of the size? Ethan?
It's because the population is normally distributed.
Thank you. Because the population is normally distributed. You put X, the population X is normally distributed. So if the population that you are talking about is normally distributed, so regardless of whatever sample size, the sample mean distribution definitely is normally distributed. Do you get me? But with smaller spread. So how about C? So how about C? Also the same, right? How about C? It's also the same. It will be normally distributed as well. Yeah. Okay, so C, I will not answer anymore. Okay. Can or not? Can I just ask you one more question?
Sure,
But-
go ahead, go ahead. The
Yeah,
more
I
questions,
have
the
to keep
better.
asking you questions so that you know what is it all about. Hello, young man. Hello.
Did I ask in the first place?
Okay, what is the meaning of S5? Okay, Winston, answer.
Sample size is 5.
I know sample size is 5. I ask you what is the meaning of S5. If you tell me sample size is 5, so what? This one sample size also is 5. What? What is the difference between S and X bar? What is the difference between X and X bar? What is the difference between X bar and S?
S is the sum.
X
When I
bar
say
is
X
the
bar,
average. It's the mean of S5, right?
you see, yours sudah campur aduk. Can someone tell me what is X bar? The meaning of X bar?
The sample mean.
Sample mean. That means I take sample after sample after sample. Each sample I find the mean. Then I make the distribution of sample mean. My variable is sample mean. S is for the sum. So I take sample after sample after sample after sample, and all the possible sample, I find the sum of each sample and I make the distribution. Are you clear? So S5 is called the sum of the sample of size 5. You have to get this right. If not, you're going to feel very lost. Okay, now, can we do number 4? Can we do number 4? Afterward, I will discuss more. Okay, they say suppose X. Okay, so this is my population. They didn't tell me whether it's normally distributed or not. They just say the mean is equal to 80 and the standard deviation is equal to 9. Okay, then part A. They say I have a sample. So this is my sample mean distribution of size . $36. So according to CLT, the mean for this distribution will be equal to the mean of the population, that is 80. And the standard deviation for this distribution will be equal to the standard deviation of the population divided by square root of 36. That is 3/2. Correct? Okay, now B. Is X bar 36 distribution approximately normally distributed? Can you tell me yes or no? Jared? Is X bar 36 is normally distributed? We know that from CLT, as long as the N is greater than 30.
Oh, then it's not
From
still.
CLT, if N is greater than 30, our N is 36, is greater than 30, correct?
Yeah.
So is it approximately normally distributed? The answer is a yes, because N is equal to 36 is greater than 30. So if it is a normally distributed, we want to find the probability. So now I have my X bar 36 is normally distributed with the mean of 80 and a standard deviation of 3/2. All right. Now, if I want to find this probability of my sample mean distribution of size 36 between, the sample mean will lie between 75 and 81. Can I do it? I definitely can do it, correct? Because it is normally distributed. So what should I use? What should I use? Marcus? Things that is normally distributed, you want to find the probability. what should you use?
Normal CDF.
Thank you. So that's why you have to learn chapter 8 first. Normal CDF 75, 81. You are talking about this variable. You have to refer to this. So you get the answer. Same go with the rest. Are you okay? So you have to have a very clear cut. So I repeatedly ask you question is because I want to make sure everyone you know what variable are you talking about? Are you talking about individual thing of the population? Are you talking about the mean of the samples? That is called sample means. I'm not talking about individual. I'm talking about the mean of the sample. So the chances of the sample mean, the mean of a sample lie between 75 and 81. That is how you get the answer. Are you clear? Okay, for number 5, because original is normally distributed, so it must be normally distributed. So the rest, I will leave it to you to do afterward. Okay, number 6, you don't have to do. Number 6, you don't have to do. Afterward, I will discuss a few questions in the next lesson, a few questions, especially those application questions, and we are going to learn how to use it. Clear? By next week, Ms. Low will be able to finish this chapter. Did you look through your folio question?
It's a folio question?
Yeah, I told you. No, so you can go to Times. I have upload the investigation folio question under topic 9, if I'm not mistaken. You have a check.
What is confidence interval? What the hell is that?
What is it? Wait, Weng Shen, why must you use that word? Weng Shen? What are you talking about just now?
The confidence interval.
Yeah, you don't have to know confidence interval. I
That's the
haven't
question.
teach you. I haven't teach you, okay?
Is this what we're going to be doing for folio?
Wait.
It's so aggressive.
You wait first. I just say you have a look at the folio question first, so that you will know every lesson that I teach, you know how to put it in. Have I said I want you to write the folio immediately?
No, I just
So,
no, just an expression. Calm down,
so
Jesus.
no, you don't make the kind of expression. When I ask you to have a look at it, do I expect you to straight away write? No. You expose to yourself so that whenever you attend my lesson, you will know what to catch up and how to answer every part of the folio. I review the thing step by step. So don't get so worked up if you see a word that you don't understand, because I haven't teach you. Now you understand CLT? It's just a theorem, powerful theorem for us to know what is the shape of what is the shape and what is the nature of the sample mean distribution, or some of the mean distribution, or proportional sample proportion distribution. That's it. That is all about CLT. We are not going to go into detail of CLT. We are going to use the theorem. We are not going to prove the theorem. You get me? use and proof are totally different thing. You get what I mean? Okay, time's up. You have to go for your another class, or you are having lunch now.
All right.
Okay, thank you, class.
Bye, Miss.
Thank you, Miss Do.
You may.
Okay, welcome.